Okay, let's get started. In this video, we're going to discuss the response, the word track to what's my trade worth. Now, this is a question you can get from customers on a phone up. You could get it on the showroom floor. You could get it at the meet and greet, a text, live chat. You can get this question at any point in the sale. My question for you is, are you ready? Are you ready to field this question from the beginning in a positive way that moves you forward in the sales process, moves you toward an appointment in a way that makes the customer have hope in you, in a way that the customer decides, that's the person I want to talk to. I want to go meet them. I'm going to show you in this training for the word track of trade value. I'm going to show you 4 different ways that you can use to get the customer to visit with you at the dealership without you giving them a number over the phone. And it all begins with one word: hope. Let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start with the full script. I just want to go over and let you know that the question of what's my trade worth, we've got 4 different opportunities, 4 different word tracks that I'm going to go through that's going to help you to get more appointments answering this question in a positive way. Today, we're going to handle the question, the A response. We also have a B, C, and a D response. And I know that many salespeople have an A and a B response, and their A response might be, you have to bring it in. When can you bring it in? We want to see it. We need to appraise it. And then when the customer pushes back on just bring it in because you want to appraise it, and they say, no, I'm not coming in without a number, then most salespeople B plan is, well, let me talk to my boss. Let me talk to my manager. I want to give you 4 different strategies so that the response, let me talk to my manager, is your final response. But to get there, we need to start with our plan A. So let's go ahead and get started. So what's my trade worth? So plan A is the idea of we need to build enthusiasm. Our initial response to this question needs to be a positive response. It cannot be a sarcastic response. Well, I know it's worth at least $1. When can you bring it in so we can appraise it? I know well, back it up to the phone. Let me hear it run. Well, I can't give you a price over the phone. You know, your presence is your leverage. I need to have my boss drive it. We don't give numbers over the phone. Listen, none of those strategies really work. Usually what happens is the customer will push back on those. And if it does work, well, good for you. I guess you figured out how to answer questions in a sarcastic way and still win the battle. But I'm here to tell you there's other ways to go about it. So if you're the salesperson out there, and this video is really for the salesperson who says, I've struggled with this question. I've never been able to come up with a great way to answer this question so that I can move forward on the sales process, or so that I can schedule an appointment, or so that I can go pick up the customer's car and bring it in. I want to show you how to do that using the A plan. Now, first of all, there's a reason why I call this the A plan. Well, the reason I call it the A plan is because it's the first plan. It's your first strategy. Use this every time. Don't shortcut it. Don't go right to, well, we can't, we don't, you have to bring your car in. Use this every time. I'll tell you what, you'll get more appointments just by using the A plan. You'll never get to the negative, let me talk to my boss. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out by affirming the question. Customer asks us, what's the trade worth? We're going to in a positive, enthusiastic way, we're going to say, boy, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked. We want to affirm the customer and let them know that that's a good question. Guys, let's face it, sooner or later we need to deal with the issue of trade. And the customer does not know the road to the sale. They don't know that they shouldn't talk about their car until after the demonstration presentation, the service walk. They don't know that. They could ask this as their first question. They could ask it as their 5th question. They could say, no, I don't have a trade up front, and then slide it in on you later. We've all had that happen. What I'm suggesting is Let's deal with it in a positive way up front. So let's affirm it. Let's let them feel good about the question. And let's just say, boy, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked. And then we're going to follow up with, tell me about it. This is where you need to get excited about the car. What we're going to do here in this section is we're going to build enthusiasm and express sincere interest in their trade-in. And we're going to start asking some questions that are going to allow us not only to collect information about the trade-in, but also build rapport with the customer and deliver the message to the customer that we're easy to deal with, that we want to give them a lot of money for their car, that we want to give them more than anybody else will give them for their car. And the truth is we do, because we want to earn their business. And if they have a trade-in and that's a big concern early in the process, then we need to hit it head on in a positive way so that they have a desire to come and see us, so they have a reason to come and see us. We're not going to fight them over the phone. We don't want to fight them up front. I got to tell you, if I'm a customer and I call your dealership and you start fighting with me, arguing with me about giving me a number over the phone, why would I want to go down there? Why would I want to go visit with you and fight with you? If you're making it hard for me on the phone, you're the last person I want to meet in person. So let's get excited. I'm glad you asked. Tell me about it. Now, the next set of questions, they're not checklist questions. We're not checking off, does it have this, does it have that? What we're doing is we're trying to build genuine enthusiasm and interest in their car, and we're looking for opportunities to build rapport with the customer and get the customer to like us and get the customer to perceive us as easy to deal with. So tell me about it. They'll usually tell you the year, make, and model. Well, it's a 2016 Honda Accord LX edition. Okay, great. Did you buy it new or used? Keep an upbeat, positive tone of voice and attitude. Did you buy it new or used? Oh, I bought it new. Okay, so you've had it for 5 years. Do you normally keep your cars for about 5 years? Yeah, typically about 5 years. Okay, great. And how many miles is on it? Well, it's got about 60,000 miles on it. So you've driven about 12,000 a year or so. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, well, that's really good because that's kind of average, 60,000 miles. 60,000 mile cars are great used cars. What's the condition of it? You said it has 60,000 on it. When's the last time you replaced the tires? Oh, the tires were new 2 years ago. And what about the brakes? No, it's got original brakes. Okay. All right. Well, tell me about the equipment. How's it equipped? Does it have a sunroof? Does it have leather seats? What we're doing is we're trying to find ways to build rapport and show genuine interest in their trade-in. We're also giving them the impression that we're going to give them a number as we're asking these questions on the phone. They're starting to sell us the car, convince us of why it's a nice car, right? How's it equipped? Ask them if they have any payments. Do you have any payments on your car? Listen, I know this is a touchy point for most salesmen. I don't care how much they owe. I'm not going to ask them how much they owe. Remember, this is a phone up. I can deal with all the other, the dollars and the cents and the payoff and all that when they get here. My goal right now is to build a trust with the customer, enthusiasm in the car, and begin to break down the walls of them visiting the dealership. I'm not going to try to devalue their car over the phone. There'll be plenty of time to do that when they come in and I do my silent appraisal. But on the phone, what I want them to do, I want them to like me. I want them to be convinced that I'm going to give them a lot for their trade because I want to give them hope so that they're willing to come and see me, so they enthusiastically want to come see me because I'm excited about the car. Do you have payments? The reason I'm asking payments is because that tells me if they have a payoff or not. It doesn't tell me the amount of the payoff, and I don't really care right now how much they owe on it, right? But it does tell me that whether they have payments or had payments and how much were they. So I want to know, do I have a payment buyer? Do I have a cash buyer? It's just information at this point. It's not going to determine whether I invite them in or not, but I'm showing interest. I'm building enthusiasm about the car. And all of this section, it's really important that I do this because the next thing I'm going to say to them is going to sound more genuine because I showed so much interest in them, their car, the condition, and I was excited and enthusiastic. That sounds like a great car. We could really use your car on our lot. Is that true? Could we use their car? Absolutely. We need trade-ins. We need more trade-ins, right? But more importantly, if they have a trade-in and that's a concern of theirs early in the discussion, then I need to deal with that trade-in. I'm probably going to need to bring that car in on trade if I'm going to sell them another car. So I need to be optimistic for them. I need to give them hope, right? We could really use a car like that on our lot. Now, honestly, I don't care whether it's 10 years old with 150,000 miles on it or 1 year old with 10,000. It doesn't matter. We need all types of trades. Yes, some trades we're going to bring in, we'll recondition, we'll put it on the lot, we'll mark it up with some margin in it, and we'll retail it. Other cars, trade-ins, will go to the auction, and maybe we'll make some money, maybe we'll lose some money. That's not the point at this part of the call. The point is we need them thinking that we want their car and we're excited about their car. Because if they think we want it and they believe we're excited about it, they also think we're going to pay them a lot of money for it. And so that's where we go into the next part of this. Here's what I'd like to do. Okay. I'm not telling them what they have to do, that they have to bring it in. I'm saying, here's what I'd like to do. When you stop in, this is an assumptive close. I'm assuming they're going to stop in to the dealership. I'm not asking them. I'm assuming they want to. Why can I assume that? Because I've been very positive up here about their car. When you stop in, and now I'm going to be really transparent, we'll have our used car manager take it for a spin and check it out. Then he'll do some research and make some calls, maybe to other dealers, to get you the most money for your car, right? So I'm just telling them the process, being very transparent, and also telling them that I want to get them the most money for the car. I'm not giving them a number. I'm giving them hope that I'm going to give them. I don't know how much the most money is for their car at this point, but that's what they want to hear. They want to hear how we're going to do it, how we're going to give them the most money, that they're going to get the most money. And then I'm going to follow that up with, that's what you want, right? Right? Sounds like a great car. We could really use your car on a lot. Here's what I'd like to do. When you stop in, I'm going to have my used car manager take it for a spin and check it out. He'll do some research, maybe make some calls to other dealers, get some bids on it in order to get you the most money for it. That's what you want, right? You have to say it that way. You have to be enthusiastic, and you have to assume that's what they want. What do they want? They want the most money. And they could never say no to that. Well, that's what you want. No, I don't want the most money. Of course they do. We need to get those little yeses so we can get the big yes. That's what you want, right? When they say yes, that's what I want, they're saying they want the most money. They're also saying they're going to stop in. Close. Great. When would you like to do that? When would they like to do what? When would they like to stop in and get the most money? Today or tomorrow? If you can knock this off with enthusiasm and in an authentic way with your personality, you're going to get more appointments off of the A plan, no doubt about it. And guys, there's not more than 40 words here on a script. You can pull this off. This is not a rote script. So let me back it up, and I'm just going to walk through. Ring, ring. It's a great day at ABC Motors. This is Tony. I can help. Yeah, Tony, I'm thinking about buying a new car, so I want you to have a Camry on your website. Can you tell me, I have a trade-in. Can you tell me what my car might be worth on trade? That's a great question. I'm glad you asked. Tell me a little bit about it. Yeah, well, it's a 2016 Honda Accord LX with about 60,000 miles. Okay, great. Did you buy that new or used? Well, I bought it new. Oh, wow. So you've had it for 5 years. Do you normally keep your cars about 5 years? Yeah, typically about 5 years. Great. And you said it has how many miles on it? 60,000. Okay, great. So that's not bad. It's a 5-year-old car with 60,000 miles. That's actually below average, man. So that's a good car. What's the overall condition? Well, it's in pretty good condition. I put new tires on about a year. How about the brakes? Does it have new brakes too? No, they're the original brakes. Okay, so it might need brakes, but the tires are good. Is that right? Yep. Has it ever been in an accident? Has it had any body work? No, none of that. Great. How's it equipped? Well, it does have a sunroof and has leather seats. Oh, wow, leather seats. Those are in pretty good condition. Oh, yeah. Yep. We don't have any kids or pets, so those are in great condition. Awesome. Do you have any payments on it now? Nope, don't have any payments on it. I had a 5-year loan, just paid it off 2 months ago. Okay, great. When you had payments, how much were they? Yeah, I think they're about $325 a month. Okay, super. Boy, your car sounds like a great car. We could really use your car on our lot. Here's what I'd like to do. When you stop in, I'm going to have my used car manager take it for a spin. He'll check it out. He'll do some research, might even call some other dealers to get some bids on it in order to get you the most money for it. That's what you want, right? Yeah, that's what I want. Great. When would you like to do that? Today or tomorrow? And that's it. I mean, we're talking in under 2 minutes, you can get that appointment. Now, it does not mean that everybody's going to say, I can be there in 30 minutes or today or tomorrow. Does not mean that you're going to get 100% of the customers that you use Plan A on are going to go, well, I can be there in 5 minutes or I can be there today or tomorrow. But I can tell you this, if you use this word track and you take ownership of it and you use it every time, you're going to get more appointments using the Plan A in under 2 minutes. Really, that took 2 minutes. In under 2 minutes, you're going to get more appointments that show up than you're currently doing by saying, well, we can't give you a number over the phone. When can you bring it in? We need to get it in here to appraise it. You're going to get more appointments in this way. Now, I know some of you are listening to this going, that's not going to work. That'll never work. I've tried that. You haven't tried this, right? And I'm not even suggesting you try this. What I'm suggesting is you do this. There's a difference between try and do. And I'm telling you, if you role play this, practice it, get a teammate, call me and I'll role play it with you. Use this every single time. What's my trade? Boy, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked. Tell me a little bit about it. Does it have this? Does it that? Boy, it sounds like a great car. We could really use that car a lot. Here's what I'd like to do. When you stop in, have my used car manager take it for a spin, check it out. He's going to do some research, maybe make some calls, get some bids on it in order to get you the most money for it. That's what you want, right? Great. When would you like to do that, today or tomorrow? It works. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we have more word tracks. We have the KBB. We have the Help Me, Help You. We have the management. So we got 3 more tracks to go. But I wanted to focus on this one because this is the core. By using this, we're going to be able to build on it. If they say no to this, no, I live 100 miles away. I'm not just driving in to get a number. We're going to go to the next one. We're going to go to the next one. We're going to go to the next one. But I want you using this one the first time, every time. And if you're the type of salesperson that you've been in the business for 5-10 years, and you're like, that won't work. That won't work. I tried that. That won't work. I'm telling you, you haven't tried this. And I'm not even asking you to try it. I'm asking you to do it. Hope you found this helpful. This is Tony Thorstad. Thanks for watching.